Welcome in. Some people have to see you as the problem. If you are the problem in some people's eyes, then that means that they're not. Okay? They are invested in their ways and they do not want to change their ways. Therefore, if they can make you the problem, then that is all the validation that they need to remain the same. People who see you as the problem are often beneath you. It's how they were raised. They're inauthentic. They have an image to maintain. And here you are out here, heaven forbid, as my aunt used to say, being real. Okay? And here they come with their inauthentic self, image in hand to maintain, causing problems, and here you are trying to be unproblematic. That mess is beneath you, and I stand on that. Often people who see you as a problem, these type of people, they make their rounds. You'll notice that they relocate often, or they switch up friend groups ever so often. You'll notice those things about them, and those are a red flag. They'll make it seem like they're switching states or switching cities because they want to find something new. No, they've burned their bridges. They don't have anyone who they can lean on in those particular parts of town, so they have to go somewhere new. They want to go where no one knows their name. What is it? Cheers. I say, you want to go where everybody knows your name. Well, they want to do the opposite. They want to go where no one knows their name, so to speak. They want to go where no one knows them so they can start new and they can have a whole new friend group to deceive. Okay? Because they can start fresh. They can lie, they can fabricate things, and they can have a new start. Some people even do this with family. I've seen it firsthand. In the name of family, the family will accept them in, but the reality is these people have stayed away your whole entire life. You don't know them. You just know that that's cousin Boo Boo that you heard of 10, 15 years ago, and now all of a sudden they move back into town and they're coming around in the name of family. Oh, I need this. Oh, can I stay here? Oh, can I do this? I'm family. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, they're family. Oh yeah, I'll look out for them. No, absolutely not. You have to wonder what they did in their previous state or city to burn bridges, and now they're running. They're running to you. They're running away from their problems. Sometimes people make bad blood and then they have to skate off because they can't function in that same state. And then they come where you are and they start the dysfunction all over again, only to remain with you where you are for a few years, and then they're on to the next. Often these people won't stay put for a long time. They'll be on to the next before you can bat your eyes. They'll switch up friend groups often. Why? Because they broke bad with everyone in the friend group and they need a new group of followers. And that goes on to say a lot of people don't even really have friends. They just have groups of flunkies. And when these flunkies are not doing what you want them to do, you get frustrated and then they move along. They get frustrated and they move along. So they're coming to you in the new friendship group, and everyone just thinks they're so great. They're so this, they're so that, because they're pretending in an effort to fit in. But you'll notice that these people hop friend groups for this very reason. Their flunkies have caught on to them. They've worn them out. They've used up all their resources, and now they need to hop onto something new. It's like a new host, so to speak. These people that want to see you as a problem are also narcissists. Now, narcs have a tendency to only act abusive in front of certain people. There's tons of videos out here on narcissists. Pick one, pick 100, and watch them, okay? Narcs tend to act caring, respectful, and loving in front of certain people so that when you do learn them and expose them, no one will believe you. If you think about it, at one point, they were actually caring and loving toward you. But then when they do the switch up, they're only switching up on one person at a time. Believe me, eventually everyone else may get a chance to see their true colors, but they tend to switch up on one or two people at a time. So then the collective still sees them as that respectful and loving person, and they cannot believe what you're saying that you see. It's because they're fooled. They have the wool pulled over their eyes by the narcissist, and the narcissist is good at doing that, okay? People never see it coming. They never see it coming because the person puts on an act, okay? Now, when I say a narc has a tendency to only act abusive in front of certain people, I don't mean hitting you. I don't mean that type of abuse. I don't even mean verbal abuse, like cursing you out. Sure, they could do these things, but what I'm talking about is that reactive abuse. That reactive abuse that they do to you, this is when people do things to get a reaction from you. And then when you do react, they can point the finger at you and say, see there, you see how she acts? You see what she did? You see what she said to me? You see how she's going off? See how she's flipping off and crashing out? And then they can accuse you of being the abusive one. But see, they are the abusive one because they are doing the reactive abuse to you. And then when you're crashing out and just reacting to their abuse, they appear to not be the abuser. See how that works? I had a narcissist do this to me years ago. She was a friend of the family. Well, how can I put this? Her mom was a friend of the family, and she was the daughter, so she was closer to my age, so we were friends. And we had, a friendly relationship. And then when she switched up on me, I reacted to the switch up by pulling back and ultimately cutting her off. And then she went around to everyone and she started a smear campaign and saying, well, why would Kay act like this? Why would Kay do this? Why is Kay acting funny? When in reality, she was the one who started it. She started with the reactive abuse. She started with the shadiness. She started with the cutoff. She started with the emotional abuse and the lies. And then when I reacted to that, then she flipped it on me and saw it as a problem. And these narcissistic people will often do this. They try to play so innocent to everyone else. And everyone else may be looking at you sideways. But one thing that I can say is let time tell the story. Time will always tell it, because one thing Kay is not going to do is go on a reactive smear campaign. If someone goes on a smear campaign about me, I'm not going to go back and forth and listen to the bad things that they've said about me, and then I'm going to go around and start spreading bad things about them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, okay, and I'm going to go on about my life, because one thing I'm not going to do is waste my time talking about a loser, okay? We no longer fool with each other. That's enough. That's all I need. You're no longer in my life. I won, okay? So it's no need for me to be running my mouth about you and spreading lies about you or reacting to your lies, because guess what? It's not hurtful because it's not true. It's not true. So the punishment for you is that you're no longer in my life. You're no longer close to me. You can no longer drain or steal my energy. So therefore, again, I've won. So sometimes people will see in retrospect what has really gone down between you and this emotionally abusive person or this reactively abusive person. And sometimes they may not, but you just have to let time tell you. And guess what? Your people, the people who are meant to be in your life, they will side with you, or they'll eventually see the light. If they don't side with anyone, they'll eventually see the light. And guess what? If they don't, they weren't meant to be with you anyway. They're not your people. And the takeaway here is how a person sees you does not or should not concern the truth of your being. Because, see, you can't control how people see you in your head. You can't really control the first impression that people have of you. So however they see you is how they view you, regardless of what it is. So there's really nothing that you can say or do to shake that. So do not let anyone hold that power over you. And in conclusion, I want to say, when someone sees you as the problem, do not reconcile. Remove them. Because guess what? No amount of forgiveness is going to stop them from eventually seeing you as the problem again. When people see you as the problem, they really don't like you. Because people who like you, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Oh, no, I don't think she would do that. I don't think Kay would do that. She's not that type of person. No, I don't think, just as people choose who they run up behind and sweat and make up all types of excuses for them, think about it. Why aren't you getting that same grace from them? If you're not getting that same grace from them, they don't fool with you. And this particularly happens in people who show everyone else all the grace in the world. But then when it comes to you, you can't get one inkling of grace. Think about that. Everyone else gets to be excused for their, quote, poor behavior or for their behaviors. But then when it comes to you, you're being ruled with an iron fist. When someone sees you as the problem, do not reconcile. Remove that person. And when I say remove them, that means remove them from your life. You should no longer be in cahoots or friendship or relationship with this person. Okay? Protect and preserve your peace. I'll say it again. The blame game is a mind game. And mind games are a manipulation tactic to waste your time. When your time is wasted, your energy is wasted. In order to live your best life, your time and energy needs to be put towards you, yourself, your goals, and your thriving relationships. Those relationships where you do have a voice, where people do hear you out, where you're not always being blamed for something that you did not do. Not everybody's going to agree on everything all the time. But when someone consistently sees you as the problem, you've got a problem, okay? And that problem is them, because they are never going to fix themselves if they can turn and point the finger at you. Y'all be safe.